by the power of Grayskull.
Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics, Trapjaw. A favorite evil warrior of the fans, Trapjaw has been much anticipated in figure form. And now, he is in the Classics line as February's figure. Trapjaw comes packaged in the standard Classics blister card packaging. Notice the small blurb stating the original on the bubble. Generally, this is only used for reissues in this line, so I'm a bit baffled as to why it's on the Trapjaw package. If you look closely inside, you can also see some of his bonus accessories hidden well within, but we'll get to those later on in the review. The back of the package once again features a look at other figures available in the line. Also included is a bio, which explains Trapjaw's fall as the bounty hunter known as Cronis. Out of the package, when I look at Trapjaw, I immediately get a Filmation vibe from him. The sculpt is tremendous, giving us both an excellent update of the classic, and also resembling the way we remember the character from the classic cartoon series. So let's take a look at that face sculpt. The detailing is quite amazing here. The helmet features a small loop on top, just like the original, in case you want your Trapjaw to propel down a piece of string. His jaw is also articulated. And get a load of what's underneath the jaw. It's detailed to show a mangled mess of what used to be his actual lower jaw. There's even a tongue in there. It's quite graphic, actually. Not something you would expect to see on a Masters figure. It really adds a whole new level of detail to the overall figure. Trapjaw's normal arm is painted in a metallic blue, unlike the blue of his torso, which is more of a flat color. The arm also includes some cool details sculpted all around, which resembles the look of the classic figure. The robotic arm is pretty cool. Now, the Horsemen have opted to go back to the classic design of the robotic arm, which was much smaller and thinner than that from the 2002 series. It is articulated just like the regular arms are in the classic series, being ball jointed at the shoulder and articulated at the elbow. It includes 3 attachments that can be interchanged: a gun, a hook, and a claw. The claw itself is even articulated. The pieces fit really tightly. In fact, they are so tight that it's a bit hard to remove them, and even harder to pop the new ones in. Just like on the classic, Trapjaw has a green belt with hooks on the sides, where you can hang his spare arm attachments when not in use. The belt is also removable from the figure, if you wish to do so. Now, Trapjaw came with a few extra accessories as well. An extra head and an extra arm. With these extra pieces, you have the option of displaying him as Cronis, the way he looked before he became Trapjaw. Okay, so let's take a look at how exactly you change the parts to turn Trapjaw into Cronis. Now, as I showed you already, he comes with an extra arm and an extra head. So this marks the first time that a Classics figure has come with an interchangeable arm. We've seen the interchangeable head a few times, and this works exactly the same as what we've already seen. But the arm is a little bit different, so I'll show you exactly what we're going to do to change him. So first things first, head pops off. Like I said, same way that we always have before. Now the arm is actually kind of the same way. It's just a little socket joint, and it pulls right out. It's actually kind of easy to pull in and out. It seems to lock in place fine, but I worry that over time pulling in and out might make it a little too loose, so might be something to be a little cautious of, but that's just something that time will have to tell. Now, one thing to notice is that the other arm is the exact same way. It pulls right out of socket. There's a reason that you have to take both arms out. It's because when you turn them to Cronis, the extra pieces here for trap jaw actually come right off the figure, so you can pull the black shoulder pad off on that side, and you can pull the black piece off from the other shoulder. They both just peel right out of this one fits in the socket, and this one fits around the socket. They're both fairly easy to remove. Once you got both of those off, it's just as easy as popping the arm back in place. Take the new arm, pop it in place, and the Cronis head pops right on. And as simple as that, we have ourselves Cronis. Almost a completely different looking figure than what we had before. Now, something else that we do want to take a closer look at here when you look at Cronis, you'll notice that both arms are actually made with that metallic blue paint, whereas his legs and his actual torso is the flat blue. I am not real sure why Mattel opted to go this route, because as Cronis, he's not exactly supposed to have metal arms. They're supposed to just be his normal arms. Now, maybe it almost looks like, since the hand and the lower arm is the flat blue, that this is some type of an armor that he's wearing on his arm. So I guess that would make sense. But when you look straight at the figure, it does look a little off-putting, because it's strange to see him with metallic blue arms and a flat blue base for his chest. One other thing to look closely on is you'll notice that because of the two shoulder pad pieces that cover him for trap jaw, he's got a little bit of a wider gap in between the sockets for the arms and the actual torso. It's not too bad. It doesn't really look too bad, but it's noticeable, and I can definitely see some people not really liking the way it looks with that big of a gap. I understand why it's there. It's because you have to be able to plug in the extra shoulder attachments, but there is a little bit wider of a gap there than we're used to seeing. But other than that, it's pretty simple. It's a really cool extra additional feature for this figure, something that we have not yet seen. It's like getting two figures in one. It's pretty sweet.
The sculpt on the Cronis head is another great one, and it's pretty fantastic having the ability to display Trapjaw in this form. It's like getting two figures in one. If you are unfamiliar with Cronis and how he became Trapjaw, I would recommend tracking down and picking up the Icons of Evil Trapjaw one-shot comic. It's an excellent read. Okay, comparison time. Check out Trapjaw alongside his classic counterpart. It's easy to see that this was the main influence for the new figure, especially looking at the design of the arm and the attachments. And here he is alongside the 2003 Trapjaw. Quite a difference here, as the 2003 version featured the much larger robotic arm. Trapjaw is February's main figure. Since he's been a much demanded character and he has the ability to be displayed in two different forms, I'm willing to bet he's gonna sell out very quickly, as there's a higher chance folks will buy doubles. He goes on sale on February 15th on MattyCollector.com. Don't miss out. Until next time.
Do it, Doc!